What's up guys, and welcome back to another video. Today's video we're looking at World Rugby hiring Rassie Erasmus, Eddie Jones, Brian Abana, Gregor Townsend, Conrad Smith, Steve Hansen. The list goes on to become high performance, or get a high performance position at World Rugby in order to help develop and grow the sport we all know and love. I think this is a great opportunity to get more heads into the sport, creating these committees, creating these big figures like Brian O'Driscoll, Rassie, Eddie, all these big names, and getting them together in order to help grow the game. There's a lot of rugby, a lot of money that can be invested in the sport to grow it and to give players the opportunity to earn more and to do more, and to also, as Bill Beaumont is trying to do, bring the global game together. Now, we've all have our thoughts and opinions on Bill Beaumont and Laporta and all that jazz. But right now, we need to focus on the important thing, and that is bringing this game global. That is bringing the game back to the fans. And by having more people with the knowledge, the experience from a player point of view, from a coaching point of view, and a journalist point of view, it just allows us to open our fields wide and to put the positions right, and put the people first, put the player welfare first, and get things going. I cannot understand why a sport like this is not getting more and more introduced. We need to invest in the sport. We need to introduce the sport to bigger countries like the States and all that. And I know a lot of people don't agree with that. But if we can get to the sport to the level of what football is, not from a fraud level of what FIFA was, and I know we have our own thoughts and opinions of World Rugby, but by getting these big boys involved, it's just going to help benefit the game. It's going to create a more positive vibe around, because you're just throwing more opinions of guys who are so well respected by us, the fans. I look at Rassie and I look at Eddie, I look at Brian O'Driscoll, Brian Abana, all the names. You guys look at your respective country and representative and go, right, this guy's there. If he's taking on this role, there must be something good happening. There must be something happening that's going to benefit the game. We've all questioned of how we want to see rugby, and never more than this year of COVID-19, where we have went through a stage of no rugby, where the fans were thinking, what can we do? What can we see? I'm sure the management boards are thinking, how can we improve the game? We've already seen it. Super Rugby pretty much on its way out. We're seeing South Africa joining Pro 14. We're seeing a Trans-Tasman Cup in the talks. We're seeing opportunities of maybe a Club World Cup coming. We're seeing thoughts and talks of international tours being brought back, maybe. All this talk is great stuff for the sport, because that's what's going to ignite the fans. We're seeing rugby getting developed from a provincial level in the States. Japanese rugby continues to grow and get better and stronger. We're seeing provincial, smaller teams getting opportunities like the Eight Nations Cup, Georgia, Fiji included. Great opportunities for them to show their worth. We've been talking about Georgia for years. And this is the movement forward that we can do to increase the game. Now, Bill Beaumont's previous opportunity of running World Rugby, we just didn't see these things happen. We spoke about it, we debated about it, we argued about it, but nothing was done. What do fans want? To see the top provincial team of Europe playing against the top provincial team of the South. We haven't seen it. We want to see a Six Nations winner taking on the Rugby Championship winner in a good old school international tour. We want to see the lower teams, the Romanias, the Spains, Georgia, get more opportunities at international level to help introduce the game to the communities. How's that going to be done? How do we get it? By introducing the game to the communities, to the countries, to the provinces, and bringing it to the fans. Giving the fans what they want. Listening. By listening, you're creating more opportunities. And by creating opportunities and bringing in big names like this as a high performance position, you are allowing for opportunity to come. Now, I'm not saying this is going to be the answer. We've still got to wait. Bill Beaumont's been the boss for a few months now. I know he was boss previously, but in this new era. But by getting guys like an Eddie Jones or a Rassie Erasmus, two massive figures on the coaching brand who have had experience over in Europe as well as the South, and let's not forget Eddie Jones, former coach of the Aussies, former coach of Japan, now head coach of England. There's a lot of experience. Steve Hansen, also been around, also coached teams like Wales, coached the All Blacks, been a part of the World Cup winning squad. These are all good things. And by bringing influential players like your Brian Abanas, your Brian O'Driscolls, your Conrad Smiths, all these names are what inspired youngsters to play the game. That is what's going to bring the game back. And hopefully this high level with key influences can influence the game and influence the management board at World Rugby, like Bill Beaumont, to start putting rugby first and start changing the game and bringing it back to the fans. Because that, for me, my friends, is going to change the game. If we can focus on that, rugby will move on. We'll never, I don't think, be as high up as football with the big millions and millions and millions. I mean, Messi earns what the top rugby player earns in like 2 weeks. It's mental. We won't get there. But if we can introduce it and invest in it and do the right things with the right people at the helm, we can make this sport good. We can make this sport popular. We can make it worldwide. It is worldwide, but make it even bigger than what it is. And by bringing in influencers like this, definitely will create an excitement from a player point of view, coaching point of view, administrative, journalism, everything. I think this is a good move, and hopefully it works. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section down below. I hope World Rugby can come back and bounce back and take this game globally and bring it back to the fans. But with these guys, they can definitely stomp a few grounds and ruffle a few feathers, get things done, because that is what needs to happen. That's going to do it for today's video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Give it a thumbs up, subscribe if you're new, and I'll see you guys real soon for another one. Stay safe and never give up. Cheers.